Tonight on the MTN News.
No prison time in exchange for payments?
I don't agree with no prison time. I do feel like he should go to prison, but I do feel like he owes the kids something.
What the judge is saying about an unusual offer in a deadly DUI crash.
Also, 4 members of an Illinois governor candidate's family killed in a helicopter crash in the southeast corner of the state.
And marching with a message.
He was going to do big things, and that was stolen.
Why the family of an 8-year-old killed in a drive-by shooting on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation took to the streets today.
The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andrea Lutz.
And I'm Russ Riesinger. Tonight, an unprecedented sentencing for a man who killed a motorcyclist while drunk.
That crash took the life of a decorated U.S. Marine and father of 5 in July of 2022 on Molt Road.
But today, Kevin Welter's attorneys asked for no prison time in exchange for payments to the victim's family. Q2's David J. has details.
Judge Ashley Harada sentenced Kevin Welter to 20 years in the Montana State Prison with 10 suspended for vehicular homicide while under the influence in the death of Aaron Lutz in July of 2022. It's unprecedented because Welter's lawyers asked for no prison sentence in exchange for paying annuities to Lutz's surviving children.
Money in exchange for taking a life, but only on the condition that he walks free here today. That is an incredibly alarming ultimatum, and it has absolutely no place in the criminal justice system.
Judge Harada acknowledged that as she was being asked to allow for $250,000 per child to be considered as the best way to pay for his crime rather than put Welter in prison.
Why would they bend me over a barrel and say, Judge, we have money, you can't put me in prison, or I'm not going to pay these poor children who have lost everything.
But Welter's attorney continued to argue his case.
What we're asking for is not beyond the pale.
It is. The Rude case is not good precedent.
Several of Lutz's family took the stand and spoke directly to the offer of money as restitution, including Aaron's mother.
And because you have money and doesn't mean that you can just pay your way out of what you have done. You know what you've done, and I think you need to take responsibility.
Billings police say Welter made a left turn in his vehicle in front of Lutz on his motorcycle. Welter's blood alcohol concentration was 3 times over the legal limit. While Judge Harada did not give either side what they requested in sentencing,
I can't disagree with what the judge did.
this decision ends the court's involvement in the criminal case.
There's 2 families that will never be the same.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
A tragic story out of southeastern Montana tonight. The son, daughter-in-law, and 2 young grandchildren of Illinois gubernatorial candidate Darren Bailey were killed in a helicopter crash in Ekalaka. According to Bailey's campaign, Zach Bailey, his wife Kelsey, and their children, 12-year-old Veda Rose and 7-year-old Samuel, died when their helicopter went down in Carter County. Their 10-year-old son Finn was not on board. The National Transportation Safety Board says it's investigating the crash of a Robinson R-66 helicopter. Bailey's running mate, Aaron Del Mar, says Zach was an experienced pilot, and that loss has devastated the entire family.
A heartbroken community is hitting the streets, marching in honor of 8-year-old Marquez deputy Ontiveros, who was shot and killed a year ago on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation.
Well, family members say this march isn't just about remembering the boy, it's about demanding justice and change to prevent another tragedy like his. Our Vanessa Willardson was there, gives us the story.
More than 50 people honored an 8-year-old boy Thursday morning with a march from one side of Lame Deer.
He was going to do big things,
to the other.
and that was stolen.
They were walking in honor of young Marquez Amias Dion deputy Ontiveros, who was shot and killed last October.
It's just this huge
hole, a huge part of us missing. There will always be an empty seat.
Now, a year later, Marquez's maternal grandmother, Michelle Shotgun, says the family is looking to the federal courts for a stronger form of justice.
I feel abandoned by the federal government because they were there a lot for us in the beginning, from the very moment they were there. And then we haven't heard from them.
Here at Northern Cheyenne Court, the shooter was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. For this family, that sentence is not enough.
That is not justice for him. You know, I don't know what that looks like, but 4.5 years is not it.
The tribal court is limited on how long of a sentence they can give, and they did hand out the highest penalty. Now it's Shotgun's hope that once the 4.5 years are up, federal law will step in to enforce longer prison time.
And so this walk is maybe if they see us, you know, hear us, maybe they will move faster.
In Lame Deer, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.
The FBI could still file charges in the case, but due to the government shutdown, officials tell us they're only focusing on national security and essential public safety questions for now.
Well, fentanyl continues to be a serious problem here in Montana, responsible for almost half of the state's overdose deaths between 2020 and 2024. It's hit every part of the state, but Butte-Silver Bow County has the dubious distinction of having the most fentanyl deaths per capita during that time. And law enforcement there tell MTN that things don't seem to be getting much better despite emphasis on the southern border.
Everybody says the border's closed. I've not seen any less drugs on the street, nor has any law enforcement officer that I know seeing any less drugs on the street.
The sheriff says the issue is not something law enforcement can arrest their way out of. Lester believes early education and intensive treatment are needed to curb the addiction problem.
Billings and beyond enjoyed another picture-perfect fall day.
Sure was, as we take a look out at our new Stockman Bank iCam in Lewistown, just one of our many sky cams that you can check out on our website, ktvq.com.
And for a first look at how the weather is shaping up, here's meteorologist Jason Stiff.
Yeah, very pretty outside as we look at Lewistown. We have a few high clouds that are moving in from the northwest, but they're just cirrus clouds. Overall, we have a lot of sunshine for everyone in our region, and even in western Montana, there's only a couple high clouds, but there will be some changes as we go forward. Not a lot of changes for us tonight, though. We still have a ridge of high pressure in control. We'll have a mostly clear sky by 1 o'clock in the morning for northeastern Montana. A lot of clear sky for southern Montana, as well as northern Wyoming. You see some of those high clouds over the Magic City right now. Looking at our daytime high, look at that, 67 degrees, just barely over a week away from Halloween and the beginning of November. We're above average now, but it's not going to last. Our complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Montana's education chief is warning schools that state funding could be at risk if they don't follow new state flag display laws. Billings district leaders say they're in compliance. Superintendent Susie Hedelin sent a letter to districts statewide this week warning that displaying flags not recognized by government entities violates state law. The reminder comes after the Missoula County School Board voted to allow pride flags and others in school buildings, a move allowing them because the pride flag is an official city flag. In Billings, though, the teachers union president says it will follow state guidelines.
Like everyone, we expect teachers to obey the law. That's in everyone's best interest. You know, if you don't like the law, then you have to elect people that make better laws.
Well, Hedelin warns state funding and accreditation depend on following state and federal law. Billings schools say they'll keep campuses safe, lawful, and supportive for all students.
A stuffed bear, a kind note, and a message of hope. That's how St. Vincent Healthcare is helping child survivors of domestic violence feel safe again this October. St. Vincent Regional Hospital partnered with the Billings Police Department to deliver teddy bear kits to the Family Justice Center, each with a hand-stuffed bear, a birth certificate, and a handwritten note of encouragement. The bears bring comfort to child survivors of domestic violence during police interviews, hospital visits, or rehoming placements. It's a big big help as nearly 90% of cases at the center involve children.
Along with the different stuffed animals, we put a special note in each package so that each child that receives this can know how special they are and just to kind of help get them through this tough situation that they're in.
Very small things can make a large difference when somebody's in a vulnerable position. And so this is a true gift from the community that proves that small things have big action.
200 of those teddy bear kits were given out today.